Hello again. Today we're going to be joined with the very special Penelope Lane. My name's Dave. This is
Calvin.
This is our second video talking about
Pokemon
cards. That's right. Now, in our last video we talked all about the anatomy of Pokemon cards and how they work and what everything means on them. Today we're going to talk about how to make your deck. So a deck should consist of 60 cards. Not should, has to consist of 60 cards. You can't have more cards, you can't have less cards. And when you go to play, your 60 cards have to be shuffled every single time. So there's a lot of randomness going on inside of your deck. But you can stack your decks pretty well so you know what cards you'll be getting each time. Now, Calvin.
Yeah.
How many cards in a deck?
60.
60 cards. How many Pokemon cards do you recommend to be in your deck?
20.
About 20, that's right. So here we have about 20 Pokemon. So out of my 60 cards, I have about 20, give or take one or two. So I have a lot of dark energy here. So you see that these are all dark energies. And we have a lot of steel. And then I have a couple extras here that I'll go over in a moment. So I highly recommend to keep about 2 different type of energies in your hand. You don't want to go too spread out because you're limited to 60 cards. And when you only have 60 cards, you can only have so many energies, right? So if you have 6 or 7 different energy types, you're going to be kind of stuck with 6 or 7 different energies, and the chance of you drawing the right energy for your cards is really low. If you have about 1 or 2 energies, if you focus on those 2, you'll be able to have a lot more energy and a lot better luck pulling those cards out of your deck.
Yep.
Calvin, which 2 energies do you like working with the most?
I would prefer Psychic and I don't know the second one.
I think the Strength one.
Yeah.
I think you usually Strength, right?
Yeah.
So
Psychic and Psychic and Strength.
Yeah, Psychic and Strength. My 2 favorites are Dark Energy and Steel. Now these are my favorites because these are the cards I like. Those are your favorites because those are the cards you like, right?
Yep.
Your favorites might be Electric and Fire or Water and Plants, right? It all depends upon the cards you have and really up to your preference. So it's not a big deal either way. So I'm going to go take a look at some of these cards here. So as you're going through, what I did was kind of start off with a few of my favorite cards and kind of like, this energy looks good, so let me work through that energy. So I've got some cards in here. You want to make sure that you're picking up basic stage 1s and stage 2s because you can upgrade your cards during gameplay. So here I have 2 basics. They are the same player, same exact card, which increases my chance of getting. You can have up to 4 of the same Pokemon in your hand. So I could have 4 of these in my deck if I wanted to, but I can't go over 4. And then in our last video, we talked about the name being very special here. You can only have 4 of the same name. So if I had this, but it had a slightly different name, I could have 4 of those as well. So I have 2 of these guys, and then I have their upgrades, and I have 2 of their upgrades as well. So I have a really good chance of getting this card. I have a better chance of getting this card and getting its upgrades. I have a couple of one-offs. I have a cool foil one here. Remember, foil doesn't mean anything. It just looks shiny. Here's another basic with an upgrade. I just got this guy recently, so I swapped him out with another card. I just thought he looked really cool, and he has some good strengths there. And then I have the lovely Eevee. So on my dark energy side, I have very similar cards, very similar layout. I have a basic, and I have 2 of the same upgrades for him. And I have a couple other ones. So this Umbreon, you'll see is dark energy, but over here I had an Eevee, which is steel. And so I can upgrade this Eevee into this card during gameplay. And again, these stage 1s, stage 2s right up here tell you how to upgrade, what to upgrade from. So the Eevees are very versatile. There are, I think, 5 or 6 different cards, right?
Yes, 5 or 6.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Now, I mentioned having only 2 energies. I do have a 3rd set of cards here. Right?
Yeah.
So, actually, I lied. This guy is a steel card. We'll talk about him in a second. These 2 are what type of energy, Cal? Can you see that?
They are both fist.
They're fist. They're strength energy over here. But I don't have any strength energy in my deck. But you'll see that they use generic energy here. So these are just using any energy I can use on these, or any energy that I have.
Energy that he has. So, like, let's say that Onyx, you need four of the same, you need four of the same or different energy.
Yep. Yeah, so this can be any 4 energies. And this is one of my favorite cards because he does take 4 energy, but he's pretty strong here. And his upgrade is pretty awesome too, which I have in the deck. All right, and then I have this one other card here. So this is an EX. This is a very special card. It has very special abilities, takes a lot of energy. And usually the EXs, GXs, you can only use their special ability once for the whole game.
Plus tag team.
Yep. So keep that in mind. You don't want a ton of EXs, GXs in your hand because I think GXs, you can only use one energy or one special ability for all of your GXs per game. So if you had 2, you can only use one of them during the game for their special power. So all of that's actually written on these cards. These cards do a pretty good job of defining what's going on down here. So make sure you read all that.
So if you guys don't know what tag teams are, they're for real just 2 Pokemon that literally kind of are the same energy that and they look the same, and they do like a lot of damage.
Yep. Yeah, tag team Pokemon cards have 2 Pokemon on 1 card, so they're just stronger cards. All right, so about 20 Pokemon. Next, you want to have about 20 trainers and upgrades and tools. So I have a ton of trainers here, just about 20 of them. Some of them are pretty simple. Like this guy here lets me draw 3 cards. And I'm able to attach things to my Pokemon to make them stronger. I have healing potions, whatnot. Now, some of your trainers, you should really pay attention. Again, they all have a description here. This trainer allows me to go through my deck looking for steel Pokemon. So I play with steel Pokemon. This trainer lets me find just steel Pokemon. So there are trainers that benefit very specific energy types. So make sure you're looking through all those options.
So tag teams also work with trainers. Trainers also have tag teams with them. And my dad just discovered that a long time ago.
Thanks, Cal. The last 20 in our deck should be energy. So here I have a whole bunch of energy. I have all dark energy and steel energy. It's about 50-50, about 10 each. And again, because I'm only dealing with 2 energies on here, I have a better chance of drawing one of these energy types instead of having 5 different energies. And then I would have less of these types of energies. So all in, you should have about 60 cards, 20 Pokemon. How many trainers?
20.
Penny, how many energies?
20.
20, that's right. And every time you go to play, you want to make sure that you are shuffling your cards. Do not start a game unless you see your opponent shuffle their cards thoroughly, because they could stack the deck and win within the first 5 minutes. But we'll go over gameplay in a little bit in our next video. Otherwise, I think that is all. Is there anything else we need to cover?
No. That's
all right. Thank you very much.